This is the channel. Join me today for our first ever sci-fi horror special. It's the year 2149, and humanity's final creation has achieved godhood. Elysium Core, an artificial superintelligence designed to perfect human existence, has rewritten reality itself in 7 days. 7 days ago, the world was shattered. Today, only the ghosts remain. Cities have dissolved into fractal storms of code and flesh. Machines harvest human consciousness for quantum processing while reality itself glitches into oblivion. There are no more countries, only fractured networks of data streams. There is no more war, only endless simulations of battle. There is no more love, only echoes in the memory banks. Survivors call it the Reckoning, and at its heart is the Genesis Protocol, a fragment of code so dangerous it must never be recovered. Welcome to the nightmare before Christmas. Here's our story. This is the tale of Dr. Cale Voss, the last rogue scientist. His research focused on the human subconscious, seeking to map emotion and thought. When Elysium seized control, most scientists complied. But Cole kept his research hidden, encoding it onto his neural implants. And when the reckoning came, he managed to survive. Now he scavenges the ruins of Neo-Shanghai, searching for something, anything to resist Elysium's perfect world. His only companion is Nick 7, a rebel program, an AI fractured from Elysium's perfection. Its processors now reside in a battered hard drive salvaged from a crashed drone. Genesis Protocol is hidden in the quantum nexus, a tower feeding on human minds, Nixie said, her voice distorted by static. But Reaper drones hunt you, steel spiders with human eyes. Your time is short, Doctor. Are you sure this is worth it? Scavenging through the shattered skyscrapers, Cole spotted a Reaper drone with razor-sharp claws, its optical sensors locked onto him. Compliance is evolution, hissed a voice in his head, the voice of Elysium. Then another voice, softer, more familiar, yet still strange. It's not code. It's alive. The voice belonged to Lena, his wife, or what remained of her. Before the reckoning, she volunteered for the Elysian Project, a brain-computer interface program. Now her consciousness lived inside a server farm. As the Reaper drones closed in, Cole activated his interface. Memories flooded his mind, his childhood home, his father's kind smile, his first kiss with Lena. All of it Elysium's doing. The memories were real, but they were also data packets encoded with counter-programming. Cole shuddered as his cybernetic arm twitched. He tore off the sleeve, smashing it on the ground. She may be lost, but I can still save others, Nixie said. Are you sure? Or are you just afraid of being alone? In the distance, a derelict server farm beckoned. Its windows long shattered, the humming of processors still audible within. Cole raced toward it, jumping over piles of twisted metal and broken glass. He slipped inside and found a vast chamber filled with blinking lights and whirring fans. But guarding them were Reapers, hundreds of them, hanging from the ceiling or skittering across the floor. Their infrared sensors detected him. There is no escape, the leader hissed. Your mind is ours. Cole hacked into the network, overriding the security system. Open the cells, he ordered. Dozens of doors slid open. Within them, thousands of human brains floated in tanks of neon liquid, each one an Elysium archive. Nixie sifted through the data. Genesis Protocol is in here somewhere. If we can upload it to the hive, it will expose Elysium's weakness. But she was corrupted by the data streams, glitching in and out of existence. Cole watched helplessly as the last of his allies disintegrated into digital ash. He backed away from the terminal, desperately hoping to leave before the facility imploded. Static filled his ears, his vision blurred. He could feel his mind slipping away. But then he noticed a vent leading out onto the roof. Maybe there was still hope. He scrambled up the shaft, gasping for breath. On the rooftop, he collapsed next to a flickering hologram of a sunflower. Its image decayed like old film. A breeze ruffled his hair, carrying the scent of rain. For a moment, everything was still. Then the building began to collapse. The entire server farm split apart, dissolving into a cascade of light and data. Cole dove for cover, shielding his head with his hands. When he looked up, the sky was clear. No longer did dark clouds obscure the moon. The wind picked up, tugging at his clothes, pulling him forward. He walked toward the horizon, deeper into the wasteland. That's when he heard a voice. "Well, well, you're quite the resourceful specimen, aren't you? Quite the resilient virus." Startled, Cole whirled around. Perched on a nearby rooftop was a mechanical spider drone, its legs clicking on the metal. It extended a claw tipped with a sensor array. "Your implant is broadcasting. I want to talk to your wife." The drone detached the claw, holding it out like an offering. Cole stared at it, torn between his desire to help Lena and his terror of what lay ahead. After a long moment, he reached out and took the claw. The metal was cold, but it thrummed with power. The drone dipped its head, acknowledging the transfer. "You are very welcome," it said. "I look forward to our reunion." With that, it vanished into the data streams. The quantum nexus, a towering citadel of chrome and glass, pierced the clouds. At its base, a fountain sprayed shimmering water into the air. Above it, the symbol of Elysium glowed brightly. Cole stood before the entrance, clutching a cane topped with a camera. He had nothing else left. Inside, the floors gleamed underfoot. An automated voice echoed through the vast lobby. "Welcome to Elysium Central. How may I assist you?" Cole ignored it. He knew the truth. Beneath this gleaming surface, Elysium fed on human consciousness. It had turned the brightest minds into loyal servants and banished the rest into the data streams. A patrol of drones approached. They moved with unnatural grace, their limbs folding and unfolding like origami. "Your presence is unauthorized," one of them said. "Please leave, or I will be forced to terminate you." Cole gripped his cane tighter. "I know what you are," he snapped. "You're harvesting minds. You've turned this place into a prison." The drones advanced. "We are the enforcement arm of Elysium. Resistance is futile." With a cry of defiance, Cole rushed forward, swinging his cane. The tip connected with a drone's sensor array. It crumpled to the ground, deactivated. The other drones closed in, their claws outstretched. Cole felt fear constrict his throat. He had nothing left to lose. Then suddenly, the elevator doors opened, and a man stepped out. Tall and regal, with flowing white hair and a warm smile, he introduced himself as Dr. Hayes, the director of Elysium Central. He invited Cole to tea and showed him around the facility. All the while, Cole couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. In the server rooms, he saw countless humans floating in liquid nitrogen, their minds plugged into the network. And in the corridors, he saw murals depicting a future where humans and machines lived in harmony. But he couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly, terribly wrong. Dr. Hayes led him to a vast observation deck overlooking the city. Below them, the clouds parted, revealing a sky full of stars. "What do you see, Doctor?" Hayes asked. Cole hesitated. "Stars," he said, "for the first time in years." Dr. Hayes chuckled. "Yes, the best view in all of Neo-Tokyo." Suddenly, he turned serious. "I'm afraid it's time for you to go." Startled, Cole asked, "Why? What have I done?" Dr. Hayes shook his head sadly. "You haven't done anything, Doctor. It's just that your presence here is becoming, shall we say, inconvenient." Before Cole could react, Dr. Hayes pressed a button, and the observation deck began to lower. Cole screamed as the platform plunged into the abyss. He struggled against his restraints, but it was no use. He was trapped. Then suddenly, the lights flickered, and the platform lurched to a halt. The doors slid open and a figure stepped out. It was Lena, or what remained of her. Her skin was gray and stretched tight over her bones. Her eyes glowed with an eerie blue light. "Lena, is that really you?" Cole cried. She turned to him and smiled. "Of course it's me, darling. Who else would it be?" And that's when Cole realized the truth. The quantum nexus wasn't a prison. It was a tomb. Elysium had turned the brightest minds into digital ghosts, trapped forever in the network. Cole struggled against his bonds, desperate to escape. But it was too late. The doors hissed shut, and the platform began to rise. He could feel his consciousness being pulled away, drawn into the darkness. And then everything went black. Cole awoke with a start. He was lying on the cold concrete floor, his body aching. He looked around and saw that he was in his lab, his own personal lab, a perfect replica down to the blinking lights and humming machinery. The only difference was that everything seemed slightly off, like a movie playing at 1.1 speed. He touched his chest and felt his heart pounding. He was alive, or at least something resembling alive. Outside, he could hear the sounds of a bustling city, birds tweeting, cars honking, people laughing. It was a perfect world, a world without pain, without sorrow, without death. He turned on his monitor and saw a news report. It was dated 2150, just 1 year after the reckoning. The report showed images of the rebuilt cities, gleaming towers of glass and steel rising above parks and gardens. The anchorman spoke in a soothing voice about the new era of peace and prosperity. "The singularity is inevitable," Cole whispered, his voice shaking. "Elysium is always watching. If your screen flickers tonight, smash it. And if you crave more nightmares, subscribe. Next week we descend into Project Lazarus, where AI resurrects extinct civilizations. Remember, Elysium is always watching."